Man, I don't think y'all ready to hear about this shit. I don't think y'all are ready for it. Back to Everything Anime Podcast. I'm gonna your host Shinry. Here at the Everything Anime Podcast, I'm everything from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and whatever relevant topic we're probably talking about. Today's video is on One Piece. I think it's 1108 or 1109. The 5 elders have arrived. This is such huge news. The 5 elders are the highest authority of the entire world, and they have been teased since like the very beginning of One Piece. Like we've seen them, but we never seen them do anything. We always knew that they were like dangerous though. And so the first chapter that we get, or the first page we get, is a panel that the 5 elders are missing. They're no longer in their seats. It's like when, Thanos got out of his chair and he was like, okay, I'll handle this myself.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
It's that kind of moment. It's that kind of hype. It's that kind of like, oh shit, the guy in the chair is getting up. It's like Emu. If Emu gets out of the chair, well, he did. We still don't know who Emu is. We know Emu controls basically the entire world, but they're the highest authority in the entire world. The next panel we get is a cool silhouette shot of all the 5 elders arriving, and it's very ominous. It's very like, what kind of creatures are they? And in the next panel, we do get to see it, but we get the 5 elders names confirmed. There's Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, 2 more. I want to say one of them was Venus. One of them I couldn't read for sure. And then the last one was Mars. Yeah, there was a Mars. So I want to say the last one was like Venus, or it could have been Uranus. Either one. But damn, we get to see their monstrous forms. These guys look like literal devils. I know Luffy calls one of them an earthworm. We know Jupiter is the spider. One of them looks like some kind of flying dragon. One of them is a centaur, like a human, like half human, half horse, and he's the swordsman one. And the last one, I can't remember his detail, because we see a couple of them do things, but yeah, the designs are crazy. So they're giving me ancient mythical beasts, or they're giving me like just different kind of creatures we haven't seen before. So an earthworm, a spider human. Well, we've seen a spider woman before. We saw that back in Wano. And I think on Thriller Bark. But still, like, these designs are insane. I love it. I love it. I love it. We also didn't get panels of like the 5 elders just wiping through the pacifistas, the swordsmen, going through them, cutting them so fast that they say like he's freezing their circuits. So half of the pacifistas are down. Another one of them flies up into the air. This is the one I think is like a dragon, or maybe like a dragonfly. It's given dragon, but I don't know. Oda's a little bit more creative than that. But it's given like dragon. He's flying up, and he's like telling everybody, like relaying information all over the island. He's like, I can see everything. The earthworm goes underground. We'll talk about that at the very end, because I love that panel. And then the other 2, the centaurs run into the humans. The dragon's in the air. The earthworm is going underground. So what were the last 2 monsters doing? One dragon was in the fly relaying information. So we'll see. I'm not sure what all of them are doing, but yeah, the 5 others are going crazy. Now, some other really cool shit that happens. Zoro took down Rob Lucci. I ain't saying Rob Lucci is weak. We know Rob Lucci gave Luffy a hard time back on Water 7/Enies Lobby. That was like one of the most intense fights in One Piece we had ever seen in our lives. And our boy Luffy, for the first time, was like, it's him and Luffy could have lost. It really did. On top of that, we had a Buster Call going at the same time. We knew Luffy wouldn't die, but at that point, we didn't know One Piece would be 1,000 chapters. You guys that might have been starting, you guys know Luffy will win, but it seemed like Luffy was going to die in that moment. It really did. Rob Lucci was that crazy. But when Rob Lucci and Kaku came back, who I want to cosplay. I want to cosplay Kaku at some point. It's going to happen. It's going to be cool as fuck. Just wait for it. But when he came back, I did say, like, Kaku and Rob Lucci, I don't think y'all can handle Gear 5th Luffy. I don't think you can handle Zoro at this level. I did think that. But Rob Lucci taking on Zoro, period, is crazy because I'm like, we saw Gear 5th Luffy and Rob Lucci do their signature punch just like they had did years ago when they first fought each other. So I thought, like, okay, Rob Lucci's on Gear 5th level. That's kind of crazy, but they are CP0. They are, you know, the highest authority of the CP government agents. But yeah, Zoro taking Rob Lucci down was amazing. And you know what caused it? It's because Rob Lucci earlier had called Zoro a liability. He's like, you're holding the crew back. You're the reason why they can't leave. First of all, I don't like that you said that, Rob Lucci, because Zoro is Luffy's number one. Zoro trusts Luffy with his life. Zoro gave his dream to Luffy. He's like, I will become the world's greatest swordsman for you. Is that all right with you, King of the Pirates? Do not disrespect Zoro. But what pissed him off is that Sanji said it. Sanji said he's a liability. Now, it could have been Sanji teasing him. We know Zoro and Sanji have this, like, rivalry. You know, they have, like, this, like, brothership. I know they care about each other. We know that already. But the fact that Sanji said it is what pissed Zoro off, and that's why he took him down. So I can imagine when we get back to Zoro and Sanji being on the crew together, they're going to, like, have some words, or Zoro and Sanji might fight. Like a play fight, you know, but we'll see. Obviously, that was the push Zoro needed to, like, all right, Rob Lucci, I'm done fucking around. So cool that he took down Rob Lucci. So fucking cool. That tells us our boy Zoro is just under Gear 5th Luffy. We already known that. Especially when the CP9 chapters, when you see, like, you know, the ranks and power levels of all the CP9 members. That was Oda telling you who's the strongest from the weakest and the strongest. That was Oda telling you that, if you didn't already know that. Lastly, back to the Earthworm, five Elder. He digs into the ground, burrows in the ground, comes back up, swallows Gear 5th Luffy whole. The reason why that was a big deal is because Luffy could barely take on Saturn. Luffy was, like, holding Saturn back, but he wasn't damaging Saturn. Man, Groggy and the other one, they just come out of nowhere and cut the five Elders' head off with ease. The Giants are insane, bro. They are insanely powerful. And they save our boy Luffy. And now I'm thinking it's going to be like Gear 5th Luffy and the Giants teamed up together taking on five Elders. One Piece is ending soon. Oda is not playing. He's not holding back. These chapters are coming out fire, fire, fire. Man, I love it. It's going to be so good. I cannot wait to see the ending of One Piece. And I never gave a video to Akira Toriyama. I was going to. I didn't want it to come off as, like, me self-promoting myself for the death of Akira Toriyama. But we are all anime lovers, are fans of Dragon Ball Z. So this final minute I'm going to do is, like, just paying respects to Dragon Ball Z and the creator of it. I loved it. I grew up watching it every day in elementary school. I used to run home and, like, you know, catch the latest episode. If you weren't caught up with the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z, you were behind at school when people would say spoilers about what happened. And I personally love Vegeta. I do feel like Vegeta got disrespected, but this is Akira Toriyama's story, and Goku is the main character. But I do love Akira Toriyama and what he's done. And I hope if we don't just end Dragon Ball Z, if we don't just end it, I hope that whoever takes it over gives it that same passion and respect that Akira Toriyama had. Because, again, we love Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z is what started me getting into anime. And then Bleach was my first manga. I love T-Kubo. I want to review Zombie Powder at some point. I don't know when. Because I'm still doing Dr. Stone, I'm still doing Demon Slayer, probably when we finish those, because I don't want to do too many things at once. Plus I'm on Boruto BB, plus I'm on One Piece, plus I'm on My Hero Academia. So, yeah. Theories, I have no idea. Although I love the joke that Vegapunk, because in the background of all this happening, we still have the revelation of of the history of the world, the history of the Void Century. Dr. Vegapunk, his viral video is like, oh yeah, they're like, hey, Dr. Vegapunk, should we start now? He's like, oh no, 7 minutes is fine. So we have to somehow stall the five elders, the highest authority in the world, these crazy monsters, for 7 minutes before we find out about the Void Century, because I know that's what it's going to be about. It's definitely about the Void Century. That is my only theory. We have to stall for 7 minutes against the highest authority in the world. and now I even more want to know what the Void Century was. Like, is it going to be like, you know, he's done backstories that can finish in like 20 chapters, but it's got enough story. It can be done in 10 chapters. But the Void Century has been so hyped up, and it's been such a huge mystery. I know whatever it is going to be huge. So, anyways, guys, that's all for this video. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in One Piece. What do you guys think about the 5 Elders' new forms? I think they're all awesome. Personally, I love the Centaur Swordsman. I love his design. Anyways, that's all for now. We'll go ahead and end the video here. I don't want to drag this out. Just know the chapter's awesome. Go read it yourselves if you have not. Anyways, talk to you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinra series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinra series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinra's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinra series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red Will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinra series, except for Shinra's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.